My grace journey began in 2009. I had previously studied at a Bible college that instilled a strong Reformed and Calvinist perspective of the Bible. But by 2009, I had begun to see certain exegetical and practical deficiencies, though I was far from having all of this worked out in my own thinking. I needed a place where I could explore and learn how to see the Bible in a consistent and a cohesive way, but outside the narrow lens that I've been taught. I was elated to find that such a place existed, and not only that it was close enough to me that I could attend classes in person if I wanted, but I could also attend classes from any location in the world. My first class was taught by Dr. Charlie Bing, and that was the proverbial game changer. He had a rich understanding of the text, but he also had the graciousness to help someone like me that was still struggling to see how it all fits together. Any lingering doubts about what seminary I should be a part of were gone. I continued through 2013, earning my MABS degree, but I couldn't stay away for long, and I started again in 2020, and I'm trying to complete my MDiv. When I reflect on my time at Grace, I am certainly thankful for the academic side of the equation. I've learned so much about the Bible, and so much of that fell into the category of things I didn't know that I didn't know. Thanks to the talented and caring faculty, I've come so far in my Bible understanding and my development of a grace-oriented worldview. But there is a very practical edge to all of the learning. It was never about just gaining more knowledge. Rather, it was the practical side of living without a grace-oriented theology for so long. As we all do, I needed freedom from a theology that sows doubt and legalism in fields of grace. I needed freedom from a theology that was producing in me something more akin to the self-righteousness of the Pharisees than to Jesus Christ. I can look back on a time when I would talk about grace and freedom in Christ, but having the lingo is simply not the same as experiencing the reality. In a very practical sense, I had straw in one hand and clay in the other. How easy it was for me to find myself back in Egypt under the taskmaster. Catching hold of a grace-oriented theology changed how I see me and also how I see and respond to others. And for my opportunity to learn and to be transformed by this grace-oriented theology, I extend my gratitude to Grace and its many faculty members who have invested in me by their dedication. In addition to Dr. Bing, I would especially like to express my gratitude for the ministries of Dr. Anderson, Dr. Shea, and Dr. Wilson, all of whom not only opened to me new frontiers for discovering, but they contributed to instilling a love for learning as a worthy and beneficial enterprise in itself, the curiosity to ask why, and the motivation to find the answer. And my own teaching and writing ministry, I hope to pay that forward. One special shout out that I want to give is to the discipleship groups at Grace. These typically run for 8 weeks, and I've had the privilege to lead several of these groups. I always participate in a Saturday morning group, and I always have a diverse group that includes men and women from different countries and also different continents. When we talk about doing life together, and that's the language we use for what happens at these meetings, that concept takes on new meaning when a group of 7 or 8 people gather around the Zoom campfire with some of those persons in the United States, another in Australia, others in the Philippines. I have had fellow disciples join from the UAE, Burundi, Sweden, other faraway countries, and various states within the United States. We each bring some different cultural perspectives, but we also discover along the way how much we have in common in terms of our concerns, our struggles, and our ministries. During these times, we have people from various corners of the world praying together and encouraging one another. And there's just a great value and a great joy to be had in these groups. Well, to everyone that may listen to this video, I urge you to consider Grace School of Theology as your place of preparation for your ministry calling. This is Huston Smelley sharing my story to you today. I believe in grace. Let us be rooted and flourishing in Christ.
I believe in grace, and we are rooted and flourishing in Christ.